Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Looking for Gold Scrims. Today I have I have M. Say hi.
Meow.
And
Hello.
oh my gosh, it's just beat drop enter. It's just beat drop enter. Today we have two really strong teams. Today, we have AC Roos and Freakwatch Sigma. Two teams that are like really looking to compete in playoffs this season. So hopefully we get a pretty solid game. Um, we'll start off like looking at rosters and stuff like that. We have like two really big names that we've been talking about pretty much all season. We have RCL Texas on the side of AC Ruse. This guy's like a crazy good hits game player. We typically talk about this guy's like Freya every week, and we have him pretty high on our tier list that we make every single week. So looking for good performance from them. And over on Freakwatch Sigma's side, King Julian, typically your Sojourn player. We talk about him being the best Sojourn player of the tier. Um, but last week he also played Zarya, so and like a few other things. But we'll see if he's on Hitscan or not. But I'd really like to see him on Hitscan because I want to see Hitscan in battle. We'll see how that goes. Um, Another thing. So what? Okay, Havana, map one. So, and what kind of heroes are you gonna see on Havana? Me?
Um, Doomfist.
Doomfist? Yeah, you think so?
Well, one of these teams is a Doomfist one-trick team, no?
No, no, you don't have the right one. I'm sorry.
What am I
I'm
thinking of
so
the other one? What
sorry.
am I thinking about? I'm
Yeah.
thinking about
Think about Scylla.
you're right.
I do wish Scylla was here though. I'd love to watch Doofus gameplay.
Yeah, my bad chat. Okay, if we're smart, we're playing Sigma, Domina. That's about it. Um, on the tank side at least. I'd love to see like maybe a Widow duel, but if not, definitely some Sojourner Emery. But Lord knows we'll probably be playing Reinhardt Mercy or
Yes.
Comps.
And do you think Widow is like the go-to hit scan for this map? Do you think there's other playable hit scans?
I think Widow is the go-to hit scan. If you're a hit scan player and you have a Widow on you, you're looking to use it on this map. And
Oh,
if
Wicked
you can't
shit.
play
well,
Widow, then you're looking to hope the other guy also can't play Widow.
yeah, we might see a Widowmaker ban because of that, which would be pretty exciting. Um, we
As you
do
say
have a
that, we get a
Hanzo
Hanzo
ban.
ban off the bat, which does protect Widow.
Yeah, okay. So it would be really cool to see Widow here. I'm really hoping to it. It's a Hanzo ban out of Freakwatch Sigma. And based off of just like mechanics and stuff I've seen from King Julian in the past, I can totally see us being a Widowmaker player. I don't think we've seen it yet this season, but I don't know if we've seen Freakwatch Sigma play Havana yet. But I'm not confident on that. But we'll see. Um, I want to talk about some of the other players. I have a player specifically I've been watching a lot recently. Um, Daka Doom. So, for people who tune into Beat Drop Banter streams of the past, we've talked about Daka Doom on AC Ruse, and we haven't been like a huge fan. That being said, last week, Daka Doom played damn near perfect Overwatch, and it was the most insane 180 I've ever seen in my entire life. And I want to see Daka Doom continue this trend. I'm very excited. So I'm especially excited to look out for Kiriko gameplay. I feel like typically in Havana we'll see like Baptiste. Am I crazy for saying that? Uh,
No, it's a good calm.
we're gonna see a Ramatra band come in from AC Ruse, which this also leads into kind of like your Sigma Widows stuff like that. Um, so I think yeah we will hopefully see some kind of poke mirror. Really let our hit scan players shine. Yeah, I know they definitely want to. But yeah, we'll see how everyone plays out. Really exciting. Hopefully, we can get this going pretty soon, pretty shortly. Uh, Nighttime Havana, maybe. Is Nighttime Havana new? Any knowers?
Um, Not new, but
Not new, new. So
it's
not
not
this season.
old.
we talk about some of the new stuff? There's daytime Shambali now. Have you guys seen that?
I have not, and it sounds cursed. I don't think I want to.
Weird.
I actually saw it.
Would be
I
right
actually saw it. And I freaked out. I was like, "What map am I looking at?" It was like the most insane thing of all time. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, there's been a lot of new stuff that's come this season. Just like I know we're talking about like daytime Shambali. There was a Gibraltar rework. Fortunately, we won't get to see it. But that's really cool. 5 new fucking heroes, right? So like the first week, all these new heroes are in play. So we'll see if any of these two teams try to adapt to like the Domina, maybe Jetpack Cat, stuff like that. See if it starts going a little crazy, a little quirky. I know we've seen a decent amount of like Jetpack Cat and Pro play recently. OWCS's preseason bootcamp tournament has been going on, so we'll see if these teams try to adapt to the meta that's found there. I assume probably not, because all that shit's super new, but it's totally possible. And if you were to play any of the new heroes, which ones would you want to play?
On a map like this, definitely Domina.
Domina's pretty broken.
Domina's feeling pretty strong, feeling pretty comparable to Sigma in terms of the pressure it can put out. So definitely another option if you are looking for a poke tank to play. Now, obviously, if you're a team that doesn't like to play poke, you could be looking to bring out a Jetpack Cat, bring something up to the high ground, not let them hold the space and poke you out. Bring something there that's not supposed to be there.
Sure. Talking about just like Jetpack Cat kind of stuff that you can do, you can get like super crazy with Jetpack Cat too, right? So we talk about like if you don't want to play poke, you could also still play poke, right? Usually on this map, you'd want to play like Sigma, right? And you hold the first corner, right? But what happens if a Jetpack Cat takes the enemy Sigma and flies them up to the high ground right behind you? All of a sudden, you're at a crazy disadvantage, and you have to give so much space. It's gonna be really interesting to see what kind of like things Jetpack Cat does to the meta, like even, but like also hero choices, stuff like that. It's honestly a hero that's gonna change the game completely. It's still so early that we don't know the full effects of this hero, but I think give it like 2-3 months and Overwatch dropped the 2 for a reason. This is not the same game. It'll be very interesting. Teams are readying up right now as we speak. So
now a little bit of news: your prized hit scan player, RCL Texas, is not on the DPS this round. So might be looking at an Alari or a Zenyatta or something that they might pull out.
This is true. Yeah, they do have RCL Texas and Duck of Doom support, which means Sierra is subbed out. So you are probably looking at like a double flex support lineup.
Initiating.
Interesting. They have Kirith on DPS. This is going to be really interesting. So I guess right now, we don't know much about Kirith on DPS. I don't recall watching him. I think I recalled watching him play tank in the past, but don't know much about this guy. So we'll be taking a look, seeing if King Julian is going to take over this lobby, if Kirith can match. Actually, I'm looking in lobby right now, and it looks like Seer isn't even here today. So we might just have Texas on main support. Looking at comps, seeing Domina, kind of as expected. You see the Vendetta mirrors as well. King Julian trying the Emery. Oh, and there's the Widowmaker. All right.
What do you think of this this Brig Curie support line on defense?
It is not favorable. Not favorable. I don't think your Brig is going to be able to do very much. Unfortunate as it is to say. Because Brig you usually want to use as any hero, right? And in a matchup where you're infinite ways away from the enemy team, it's going to be kind of hard to do that. So we'll probably see a swap off a Brig after probably first play. But we see an engage from Vendetta. Not able to get too much. Teams are kind of poking. Vendetta going to be looking to catch people that are trying to take off angles, right? Poke comp's all about taking angles. So Vendetta can be strong on going on the off angles, on the people that are split. But engaging the 5 is a little difficult. The overall, just like poke pressure, Dominus trading blows. Getting pretty good value on the side of AC Roos. What do you think the game plan should be for Freakwatch Sigma?
Activating defense array.
I think that ultimately, I really think you can't play the Vendetta too easily here. The Vendetta's kind of entirely on their own every time they go for something. And given the slower tempo that you need to play on a composition like this, you're never going to get that support when you go in. So if you're not finding a trade every fight, you're not going to do a whole lot.
Would you see Choco Crispy make the swap over to Sigma? So we're seeing that Sigma versus Domina matchup. I think it's been talked about quite a bit about which tank should win here, because Domina's more like stable. Like she doesn't move as much, right? Sigma has the ability to poke and move and apply pressure a lot, like more proactively. So people theorize that Sigma's a better pick in the matchup. So far, we haven't gotten to test this matchup a lot though. We're gonna have a missed ult from Toadsworth. It's okay. New hero, hard to seize. I'm gonna be honest, I played comp like 20 times and didn't know how the ult worked and whipped like 20 of them, but it's a weird ult.
A lot of ultis on both teams. We trank in response to the Bob.
Yeah, Sights, I don't think I've seen King Julian get many picks, which is a little unfortunate. We're still looking for angles. Looks like we're swapping off a Widow right now, actually. Yeah, we're seeing Emery come out. So, teams are still pushing. We have Freakwatch Sigma taking a lot of space right now, even down the hitscan player, which seems to be like a little bit of like a miscomm maybe, but it's working out. They're feeling comfortable. They should be 5 by now, so this is going to be point cap for Freakwatch Sigma. Ooped into the wall.
The window might have felt a little late there. I don't mind it so much. It guarantees they cannot possibly get a touch.
We have a few ults on the side of AC Roos, so we'll be looking for just like a rush engage. Vendetta has like a, so we talked about Vendetta struggling to engage here. When you're closer to like chokes like this, it's a lot easier for Vendetta to play. So you want to be getting like a strong engage here. We see Vendetta coming out, we're looking for an opportunity. It's not going to find anything, but it is going to help hold space, right? Enemy team can't walk, and now we're able to hold all these chokes really well, and it makes it a lot easier for Vendetta to play. It's going to swap for Winston for my Freakwatch Sigma roster. Freakwatch Sigma, nice and engage. Coached out.
I do like that change a lot. You're going to struggle to find the angles and the space that you need on a poke comp on the second point while you're attacking. So just forgoing all that and jumping onto the enemy team is not a bad play.
The coach confirmed earlier split the Winston, so my Vendetta got a little stuck alone and picked off right there because of it. We're seeing a lot of trades coming out against both sides. Both Vendetta's dead in the streets. And actually, so we talked about RCL Texas not being able to get value on Brig earlier. With the swaps that have been coming in for Freakwatch Sigma, this Brig is all of a sudden going to start getting a lot of value. Really easy to deny this Winston. The Vendetta is going to be like Vendetta's not like a great matchup for Brig, but it's like it's a matchup that's kind of playable, right? My biggest concern now is my Winston for Freakwatch Sigma is dealing with Baptiste and Gentiles, which is a little less than ideal. Bob's going to come in and force Trank, and it's also going to split the team. Forces a big rotate, Chaka Doom dies early, which is not ideal. That happens. Even trades coming out, fight's getting really scrappy. It's coming down to a mechanics battle, and it looks like Freakwatch Sigma's gonna win it out. Oh. Okay, maybe not. My Winston's going for a health pack, and my Vendetta's gonna die because of it.
Irith finds 3 picks in that fight and keeps the
This will end them.
Freakwatch Sigma from getting any space with that near fight win.
Really good. We talked about not knowing much about Kirith on Hitscan, but he's been doing really well so far, and dare I say, winning the Hitscan duel. Defense is a little bit easier to play it, right, than attack, but it's been a good sight to see.
Exing Dino real deep on the back line.
Exing Dino very deep. We even see my rally a little deep as well.
We do get a weird kite from the BAP that has them completely split from their team. I'm really surprised after the Trank we did not see a swap from Sir Slim Jim, because Monkey is just going to constantly struggle with this support lineup.
Holy moly, what did I miss?
Overwatch.
Get that
We have a
Vendetta
primal
ult.
coming out. We're looking for Korean gameplay. Might be a little less than Korean, but it's hard here.
King Julian finds 3 with the ult.
Is that all for
The
us?
fight gets scrappy on point, and nobody looks up as King Julian sets up for very free shots from overhead.
I like the look of that.
I have a retouch Domino ult. Trank's there too, though. I will say the Domino ult blocks out Tranquility. So if we're not shooting our teammates, or if we just hit the Zen with it, it could be really scary. Oh, early pick!
Oh. RCL Texas beats for touch. We completely missed the Domino ult. I think even by the time we used it, we were down enough players that it was worth just holding.
My friend.
So, King Julian's MVP, right?
Okay, King Julian had a really good play on that point that allowed us to continue the game, which is really good. So far overall, I feel like we've been struggling. We do see a Sigma swap come in, so we're back to poke on third point.
Orisa? Whoa,
see
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Kirith
whoa,
on
whoa,
Widow.
whoa, whoa. Toadsworth, who's gonna tell you? You're already on the broken character.
Orisa might be meta, don't you know?
Big sleep!
Nice sleep.
We do see a lot of swaps coming out from ACDs. I like the Ana swap a lot. On a Kiri, a pretty good backline. It also giving us the ability to kind of go for like nano Vendetta engages, which is really
He's
strong.
anti.
Big anti gets cleansed. Overall, just poking things out, trading some shots, nothing crazy. Good.
Vendetta engages, gets slept again. Boom, a clap.
Yeah.
I'll say Toadsworth is very alone on this angle, is playing behind the shield and dies early. They're up now. 2 kills to 1. They're gonna start playing. See, like, a sleep like that is so amazing, but like we have to be calm out to Orisa so we don't int and die.
Yeah, and A-Series just has to back out, make sure they get another touch with their full team.
It's another huge sleep. Oh, he wins and the cure stop miss. Oh, we can't. Oh my god. It's a huge result. Could get kills.
It all comes out. The
Here's
OP
one.
ult.
We have another one from King Julian.
It's ult's broken, dude.
It's a good ult from King Julian, but I think it's a really good ray from the Punisher. Orbital Ray? Maybe the most broken ult in the game. Thoughts?
I mean, objectively, it's top 5.
Yeah, you might be right. You might be onto something.
I would say arguably top 3.
Alright. So overall, a really interesting round. It felt like AC Roos played that round very well, very clean, and then they kind of just choked at the end of each point. So I feel like
Yeah, I think there's a miscommunication right now of like what we're looking at. So we really need to be communicating to each other. Like when the Vendetta is in my backline and when we need to just live, if there's anything that Toadsworth needs to do, it's simply just to be alive. And the game will be won. On to Hazard. Very interesting to me that we keep swapping. just given the fact that maybe we don't know exactly what to play.
Yeah, we're seeing Hazard, Lucio, Kiri, Vendetta. So this is like a very aggressive comp on attack. I'm not a huge fan of the Hazard personally. I feel like the idea is we're trying to dive high grounds, right? And you can tell that Freakwatch Sigma already wants to play the high grounds, but I don't know if Hazard can dive far enough.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna get poked out early, and that's what he's gonna struggle with. And just generally right now, Hazard's not in the best spot. So, hey, maybe he's the guy.
Maybe he's that guy. We'll see. Talking about that guy though, one person who you know is that guy is Kirith. This guy went insane on Ash in the first round. I'd like to see him back on it.
Okay, well, you started talking to me. Missed a lot of shots.
My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kirith. I'm sorry.
Our still takes his dive early.
You caught out. Okay, you can do a quick reset here. You're allowed to feed once or twice on attack.
That's a huge kill. And Toad's Earth is. I think. How the freak did my Vendetta die?
We're all in a small room and there's a Sigma.
Yes, you're right.
This is splash damage might be broken.
Truth and Nukasaurus, right. So they're still playing up on this.
Is that Emery back by now?
Yeah, definitely might be looking for a hit here. Just shoots the Sigma. Alright. Still shooting the Sigma. And he died!
And he goes down,
They got it, so it worked. Engage on the backline finally.
Oz is a little deep.
It's okay,
Could get punished.
We're moving. Bumbleclad gets the kill on Kiriko, and we're winning the fight. We win the fight! And we shot the Sigma a lot earlier. We made it a little harder than it needed to be, but we got the kills, and hopefully we're gonna win the point here. Opening with a Sigma over here against what is looking like to be a Bob in a 4 down. Looks like they're not even gonna be able to touch. That's a good hold from Toadsworth there. Be able to play a push up.
Wall.
Let's see if they're gonna push the advantage here. We have 2 ults to 1. Oh, I guess it's 2 to 2 now.
The Poke Comp hasn't had time to take the high ground yet. You want to take this fight fast.
I agree. I'm looking for a downpour right here. If you're gonna get these kills, you gotta catch them out. You can't let them get high.
I think whatever team all.
The Sigma is still just sitting there. There's the Flux. It's just the Haz. Off comes out in response.
Comes out. That's a really good beat for 4 people. Saves Kira. And Toadsworth. Break comes through. The broken ultimate.
It's the broken ultimate, but is it going to be enough to win us the fight? I don't think so.
Yeah, it should be finally. We're seeing Rex and Dino commit.
Boom!
Oh.
Or Julian.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, that should be second point too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a poke comp you're gonna struggle to touch here. We do swap Zarya Vendetta now. This is gonna be quite aggressive.
there could be a touch here, actually.
They're looking for it.
Bubble.
Vendetta comes in.
That is on.
Vendetta
Vendetta
dies
does
early.
die.
Nobody else makes it. They
And then
know
now we're
they're
gonna lose space.
backing
We
up.
have to push here. Vendetta is
Yeah,
dead,
you can actually, you can go for a downpour and just clean up the rest of the team.
chat. We've held this downpour for Here it is.
There it goes. That's a good one.
Hit the Juno, and that's really all you need now. Hopefully we look for like what, a Kiri here. Emery's dead. We're trading out though. Zarya's very alone. Zarya cut. Vendetta cut too. Oh, maybe not. There you go. I mean, that's a good downpour. That's a good cleanup. We just gotta push car here and see if we can at least get to the corner so we can avoid getting poked out. Ulticon's looking a little scary right now. We only have a Kitsune versus 2 DPS ults. But if we can kite or sustain or even take a drive fight here, it'd be in a pretty good spot. Really poking King Julian. Gets the Ash very, very low. Lives though just fine.
Much better.
Looking to see what this next King Julian ult is gonna look like.
Here comes the
Vendetta
Vendetta
comes out
first.
first.
Gets my
Kills
tank.
Toadsworth immediately. That's just a fight win. Nobody better press another Q after that.
King Julian also getting a 1. And yeah, it's a quick, decisive fight from a
Being cleaned up,
vested
yeah.
ultimate.
We'll see if we can keep up strong Zarya Vendetta engages. If we can do that, it's gonna be really hard for AC Roos to be able to get like a solid push in here. We do have a lot of ults coming up, both support ults as well as Bob, so you can make some kind of play. But it's really hard to push into Havana third.
Responded by Emery ult and Bob as well. Emery ult is playing the backline. The beat comes out. Toadsworth kills Festive early. Bob is beaming my Emery right now. It's only half. Into the backline. Bob gets Juno. Emery in my spawn. Dead. Dead again.
And that's that. We waited until we had 3 ults and they had 1, and we used them.
Press Q, win game, baby. And we cannot get a touch.
Now we're talking.
See a lot of early deaths I'm noticing on both sides. Definitely got to look to minimize those if we're wanting to get a consistent team fights, consistent aggression and advantage. Festive died really early. Even with like a Kitsu and all that kind of engages, we got to be looking to play our lives. If we're ult tracking and stuff, we should know when to kite,
Yeah. So, kind of talking about like the story of this map so far, right? I feel like AC Roos just in general been playing this a little bit better, but we've seen Freakwatch Sigma has had really good just like clutch moments, able to just win at 0 time, no time, specifically on their attack. And so with Freakwatch Sigma on attack again, I want to see if that trend continues, right? We could just seem like, I don't know, the pressure could be building on both teams. Maybe AC Roos gets stressed out. Maybe Freakwatch Sigma just needs the pressure. And then they can keep going, get it going, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's 3.5 minutes to 1, and that's terrifying when you look at it, but on escort maps especially, it's so easy to just get stuck for a little while, especially a map like Havana, such a punishing one. So I definitely could see, King Julian and the squad still having a real big shot at this.
The poking traded out for a little bit.
You take about 1 Widow shot and immediately swap back off.
As it should be, if you ask me. Hey, I'm a tank player. I will say Dominant versus Sigma here. Very interesting matchup. Both of them want to poke each other out, but both of them do it in such different ways. The Sigma shield is going to be a lot more consistent. The Dominant is going to be so much more lethal. So I think that if we can play slow, and never mind!
Just like that.
Gareth finds one!
Yep, Gareth gets his 1.
My whole team has to be backing and living now. We have to get our 1 fight. We do trade out. They get a little over-aggressive.
Yep, definitely. That's a huge turn fight. If nothing happens soon, then I would just keep kiting. Toadsworth is kind of forcing it up still. He has his shield back. We're trading out even more Security for the hit scan, or a hit scan, I should say.
We're in a 3v3, though our Vendetta is going to be back fast.
Now it's a question of, do I want to fight down my flex support? I think the answer is yes if I have my Vendetta go for an early engage. But we can't sit here and do nothing. The Sigma's already dropping the half. And the kill!
King Julian finds another one.
You wouldn't expect Brick to do too much here. You can still find a lot of value.
Both supports down.
So that's where it really matters.
It's a huge
comes up from Toadsworth.
Huge good ult.
Incredible Domino ult. The Bob there to clean up. We win our fight down both supports.
Sigma! Toadsworth with a clutch!
What a showing on the new hero from Toadsworth.
What was that, 4-man domino ults into a Bob? What do you do?
3 to 3.
Now, really showing off the power of these new heroes in the game. How this game has just completely changed overnight.
I mean, looks like Choco Crispy and the squad just haven't unlocked the DLC characters yet. What do you think, Keegs, about all the new characters versus the old characters? Do you think Sigma's okay here, or is Domino just the answer?
It's really hard to say. It's really hard to say. I think, as crazy it is to say, I think you can play Sigma to abuse mobility. I think the ability to move your shield and move around the map is a lot higher than what Domina can do. And so I think if we play Sig, we can go and take high ground. Domina's going to struggle to match that. And then you can start making it play. But if you just, I think, sit down main and take the duel, I think Domina does win that. And that is what was happening there.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely want to look to establish our hit scans on off angles and stuff like that and abuse the fact that Domino can't move too much. And you're a hit scan player. Do you agree with running double hit scan here, or do you think a flex DPS is needed in the matchup?
I think in the matchup, especially with Domina now in play, you really want a flex DPS to pull some of that attention, to get an angle that your hit scans can't easily get. Because that Domina shield is taking up a big chunk of space, but she cannot move it and she cannot reposition easily. So you can have a little bit of freedom to do something as a flex DPS that you don't have as a hit scan into that character.
Very true.
You're finding good angles, good value.
Yeah, I mean,
not so far away.
3 minutes still on the clock, and we're already a third of the way there. As many characters start falling low early.
Yeah, it looks like Freakwatch Sigma able, like forced to play really far back, right? So we've given so much space already. It's kind of unfortunate.
Interesting to me that we go back to the hazard duel. You know, double hit scan, especially characters like Soja and Cassie. Those are real bursting, real anti-tank. And you know, I'm surprised we're not forcing the Domino when we know we can win it. It's a good rock here. Forces the Orisa back and Suzu for us.
Definitely seems like we're just a little less comfortable playing the Domina on attack, not maybe knowing where to position.
Kirith gets his one. Vexing down trades with it though. Kirith gets
another.
Orisa's down card. That's no Suzu. Alright, she'll take the trade. We're even.
He comes out.
Oh, Kirith gets another. Shuts down the high noon. Kiri's burning. No Suzu left. We come back on the soldier just for the speed, but I don't think it's
very low.
enough.
We have Bob.
Orisa's living forever. Oh.
And then Juno doesn't have
can alone Juno do?
Oh my goodness. Kirith, can we talk about that for a second? He opens the fight with one pick, gets another support, shuts down the high noon, and then continues with a Bob. Like, that was just an amazing play by the player. And Kirith just honestly took that map home.
Honestly, we were talking earlier in the stream about RCL Texas being the best hit scan, but that was yesterday, and Kirith is the best hit scan of today. Somehow, AC Roos is looking stronger and stronger every week, and it's really awesome to see. Freakwatch Sigma didn't look bad though, so we're gonna go to the next map. Freakwatch Sigma can like take a map pick and take a ban, whatever they think the problem is. I'd like to see them pick a map that they're really comfortable on. I don't think there's any individual ban that's going to give them a big advantage. So we'll see what they end up doing. But the series is definitely not over. It's only map 1. I'd like to see where this goes now. But yeah, AC Brew's looking great, especially off of Kirith. This guy's the GOAT.
Yeah, out with the old and in with the new. Time marches onward, and RCL Texas is looking like an unk. He's retiring off to Brig Jail, and Kirith is here to play.
Worst jail you can be in is Brigitte jail.
I don't know. I'd be in Brigitte jail.
That character's thanks.
I love playing Brig. Okay, I love playing Brig, but only if I get to boop the Winston. I want to boop the Winston and pack the Tracer.
Interesting tidbit. Not sure if it has any effect. Kirith is the only player in the lobby not matching icons with their team.
That's true.
Now, does that portray that there's maybe a higher level of excellence being portrayed? Maybe a disparity of sorts? I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too into it, but could be a story there.
I think Kirith might just hate his team, but what hit scan player doesn't hate their team? You know?
True. And I hate every hit scan player.
True. I mean, you know what they say.
Well, hit scans and hit scans and flex supports. Just a couple of different, let's just say on every team I've been on, there's a couple people whose opinions get valued a little less. But who am I to say Kirith is carrying the lobby right now?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we can disregard most hitscan opinions, but if it's Kirith, I think I might listen.
I'm all ears.
We're gonna see Ilios for the next map. So it's just gonna open up to maybe some more dive opportunities, maybe some more vendetta play in general. We're seeing
Night
Ilios
by the way.
nighttime. Oh, we're
Very
so
new.
bad.
That's crazy.
I need nighttime for every map.
So
I saw.
Roos are gonna get the hero ban. I'm really interested to see what we go through because it seemed like when we were playing against brawler things on the Freakwatch Sigma, Ace Roos would want to match it, but who the fuck am I talking about? Because we're banning Roadhog on Ilios as well.
So this hog band does two things. Yeah, it does stop the Ilios well hooks. There's a little bit of play on Lighthouse you can do as well. I think mostly it's going to be used as a tank protect ban. Lets Toadsworth play whatever they want. We did see Toadsworth have quite the wide hero pool on the last map. We saw Domino, we saw Orisa, we saw Hazard. Just like a lot of stuff. So being able to play whatever we want and flex our ability to swap a bunch should be pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really what I'm most excited to see here is how the DPS matchups sits out. We sat on poke and we saw that maybe one hit scan is maybe just putting a little more value in than another one, but Ilios, it's a whole different ball game. This is all about dive, all about taking angles, finding the rectangle and making a kill box. Yeah, those who know,
And if you don't, DM.
Don't worry. Yeah, DM.
They call me
They call me on Discord. I'll let you know. But it's a lot more than just a hit scan. It's all about the dives. Flex DPS is going to play a major impact here. So, will our hit scan brethren, who we've seen time and time again on both sides, making great plays, will they have the same amount of impact? Or is it time for someone else to step up and really make the big plays?
Yeah, I'm really looking at our Flex DPS specifically. I'd really like to see Vex and Dino. I know Vex and Dino is a big player we looked at in the early weeks, specifically because of, their Venture gameplay. We haven't seen Venture in previous weeks. They've been more of a Vendetta player as of late. But interested to see what they can do on a map that values their role a little bit more. Also, really interested to be looking at Kirith this map. I know we talked about Kirith all last map because he proved he was really, really strong on the super long angles, but on a map where the angles are maybe a little bit shorter, we have Runes, which is pretty strong, but the other two, the angles aren't quite as long. Interested, can we get the same value if the enemy can apply more pressure to us, right? If the enemy is just closer in
Basically,
general.
we're not playing Duck Hunt anymore.
Yeah, and in the same vein, that's an Ash ban, coming from the side of Freakwatch Sigma. Kirith just showed us that he can solo carry a whole fight on the character, but now it's been taken away from us. So given that event, do you guys think we go to Sojourn? Do we go to Emery? What's the pick here?
So, in my head, I'd love to see Kirith and King Julian take the Sojourn duel. Kirith looked really good last map, but we talked about earlier, King Julian's the best Sojourn in the tier. So I'd like to see which Sojourn can take the W there. Be really interesting and cool to watch.
Now
We'll see what ends up happening though.
Yeah, and Ant, you've been playing it a lot in scrims. How are you feeling when it comes to Emery versus Sojourn?
I think Sojourn definitely has better pick potential. But Emery does put out a lot of damage over fights, can find a lot of value, and especially that ultimate can be a lot harder to avoid than a Sojourn ult.
Definitely
So
plays itself.
yeah, the character definitely brings enough value that if you put the time into learning it, it is a viable alternative.
10 seconds left. I'm really interested in the comps. Are we going poke? We're going brawl? Or we're going dive? I'd love to see some Winston, but maybe I'm just a dive apologetic. Domina early with Kirith on the Cassidy.
Denied my Sojourn duel, GG.
Definitely interesting on the Cassidy if we do keep it because Domina wants to poke, wants to play long fights, but definitely has some brawl potential. And Kirith is just going to make that self-sustain in front of back so much easier. But we are going to get a really quick pause. Looks like Choco Crispy was not ready quite yet.
So overall, pretty interesting comps. This looks very similar to what the pros are playing right now. So this is really cool to see. Um, we'll see if these teams are kind of like watching, paying attention. They play like the pros. I mean, these teams are both pro in my head.
And I do want some of our slightly lower ranked teams to write that down. Look at the comps they're playing. They're playing what the strongest people play, and they're looking better for it. These are two of our better teams in the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, if you're forcing characters like Reinhardt and Doomfist, you're gonna struggle a little more. And maybe it's not quite your fault, but your character's just not equipped to do what it takes. So maybe, give Domina a try. Give Sigma, give Zarya just a little bit of a shot, and maybe in scrims we can shake it up a little and see if it feels right. Speaking of Freakwatch Sigma though, do you guys know what's happening to Sigma in the lore right now?
What's happening?
That guy is caged.
Vendetta put him in a jail cell, and he's just stuck there forever.
What?
Yep.
What?
He's too psychotic. I think he's gonna break out and pretty much kill her, but I ain't a rider,
Bro stuck in the Freakwatch cage. That's so unlucky.
He is in the Freakwatch cage. Looks like AC Roos are trying to get, trying to keep him in the cage.
Yeah. I mean, as one does, right? They definitely put him in the cage last map.
Looks like chat's asking what was our favorite food, favorite restaurant, You gotta answer first. I mean,
I
I'm
got
a guy with impeccable taste.
I don't know if I do, but I don't know. Y'all fuck with Outback Steakhouse?
Ooh, Outback Steakhouse. Some would call it
crazy.
the best of the shit food.
It is. Yeah, I'm talking about shit food, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good for shit food.
Like in the circuit of Applebee's and Chili's.
Yeah, you're definitely stepping up if you're going to an Outback or maybe a Texas Roadhouse.
Ooh, living lavishly over there.
You're gonna call me crazy, but I've never been.
Have you been to an Applebee's?
I did one time, like a long time
It's like that,
ago.
but kind of better.
Okay. Well, okay, I get it.
Jeez, what's your favorite restaurant?
Can I count like shitter places?
Yeah, it could be wherever you want. If it's truly in your heart, your favorite restaurant.
My favorite one. Okay, you guys are gonna call me crazy. You're gonna call me crazy. I used to live in Wisconsin. There's this place called Rocky Rococo's, and it's the best pizza place ever. So if you're in Wisconsin,
Rocky Rococo's. Not sponsored.
He's kind of spitting.
Maybe.
Looks like we're rocking outside of the Winston Cup. I love Winston! True traditional dive. I'll say it could be a little hard getting some kills here. It's a very frontline heavy, sustaining comp that we're playing into. But, definitely doable. And as I say that, Kirith falls early to the Vendetta. The Winston continues to get the Kiriko, and then Vexing Dino kills Festive in a trade. But will that be enough? Winston falls low. Gets pushed into the wall. He's half. He's hurting. Lucio 1-2.
We're kind of looking at like a give and take kind of matchup, right? You're gonna have your Winston make a big engage, and then AC Roos gonna have to back off, give space, and then we're gonna see Freakwatch Sigma starting to lose steam, lose energy, lose their resources, and now all of a sudden we're seeing AC Roos take a bunch of space back, right? So we're just gonna see matchups kind of like this over and over. We're seeing an interesting rotate from AC Roos where they're rotating through windmill, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But it's letting Freakwatch Sigma get a really good hit in the back line. They did this very well, executed very well, and it's going to be a clean fight win, but it's a boop off the map from Toadsworth.
We're even. It's a 2v2 situation here. Oh, wait, never mind, it's over.
Not exactly. Not exactly.
We died after the boop. I mean, yeah, you explained it perfectly as the exact thing happened. It's a question of, are we going to be able to take the ebb and the flow? But we do swap up the Domino on a Hazard, not for the Cassidy on a Reaper. So we have a lot more of a dive, Brawly potential. And we might be able to play a little more aggressive here. Instantly, Choco Crispy falls.
We just immediately kill the Winston. This is the most kill Winston comp.
I'll say, AC Roos definitely has a shoot tank first playstyle. If Choco Crispy is not going to play his life and isn't going to play to give the space and the kite maybe a little extra hard, they're just going to beat him down every fight.
It's definitely not fun to play Winston here. Don't envy Choco Crispy. But it's not like it's unplayable. You just have to play a lot more life, play your angles. We'll see if Freakwatch Sigma is able to develop any of these. Right now we're going for a big dive into 5 people, and my Winston's going to die immediately for it. But Festive is going to find a kill on Duck of Doom, and that's maybe the most important pick you can get.
We're getting trades. We're sustaining enough that we can keep this fight going.
Taking the re-engage. The boop! Oh, doesn't get it. Just close. King Julian falls. RCL Texas trades out. Looks like it's just a 2v2. The Vendetta is one.
Winston's
We have
back.
a lot of respawns. Right, Winston's back.
No help from my husband. My husband has to leave.
We can't.
Oh my.
Kirith kites out early. Looks like he's gonna live. Lucio's chasing. Kiriko 1 down main. Still low. The TP comes out. Kirith falls.
Festive is finding pick after pick on this Vendetta.
Big sword swing finds half HP from Toadsworth, but that's all we're gonna find. Toadsworth is gonna fall because of it though, and Freakwatch Sigma's gonna take this point.
We've been winning the fight for about 30 seconds, and we've just now gotten the point. So if you're AC Roos, you're not too unhappy with that, because you kept a lot of percentage while not in a winnable fight.
Vesta gets TP and Suzu forced early. We have Blossom. It's a Basil, and it's nothing.
It hits nothing.
B comes out.
King Julian, no re. Forcing Kirith away. Test Q. Oh!
Oh.
Finds Lucio. Point taken up, but AC Roos taking control of this fight.
Kirith gets it. And the point's gonna flip back to the side of AC Roos.
Coming up
AC
on
Roos
last
both
fight
support ults coming
territory.
into this fight.
Versus a
And that's
portal.
gonna be stronger than our Pulse Bomb Primal combo, I think.
Is Choco Crispy Korean enough?
I think that's what it takes. I think Choc Crispy, we need to be Korean, and that's how we win the round. And if we're not, we're gonna lose.
Here goes the
Because dealing with
pulse
the rally is a little difficult.
We've cut off the break. The break can die here through the rally. That's one ult cut.
Great bubble.
Our Kiri's dead
Punisher
early.
trades. Duck of Doom. TP's in. Doesn't have any cooldowns. Falls. Festive falls in the same breath though. The Venture is one. Oh, we can't get the kill, but it's close. Toadsworth is 1 down main. Toadsworth is dead. Kirith falls 2. Only a Venture left. We're gonna stall for as long as we can, but is it enough? Lucio falls low, but it's not. We'd lose. RCL Texas is just the only one left. Yes!
Way to go, balls.
The Kitsune comes out, but it's not enough.
What can I say? But Choco Crispy was Korean, and King Julian hit the pulse when it mattered.
You know, you guys ever hear that song? I think I'm
Yeah.
turning Japanese. Well, it's kind of like
No.
that, but like Korean. Sometimes as Winston, you press the Q button, you just feel it.
Yes, you play Winston and you race change to Asian.
Yep. And that's what it takes sometimes on that character. No, it's a very interesting round. I'll say the biggest outlier to me, unfortunately, is going to be Duck of Doom. You know, the Vendetta is such a lethal, explosive character, and Duck of Doom seemed to be following it really early almost every single fight. We got to be looking to taking better angles, safer angles, and farther angles. Looking to use those cooldowns in the best way you can, simply just live. It's very hard against Vendetta, but the longer we can live and the more time we can waste, the better. We are going to roll out, swapping to the Wu Yang over the Brigitte, looking to get some more poke value in.
I like this swap. A strong engage from my Hazard team. It's going to be a re-engage for Freakwatch Sigma onto the Wien. Suzu is forced, and Wien should just die to Vendetta here. It's going to be 2 picks already for Freakwatch Sigma.
Yeah, I mean, those are 2 very instant, very aggressive picks, you know. And it's exactly like I was saying before. Vestive is just slashing into the enemy team and just getting it done almost by himself. You know, 2 early support picks it's going to lose you a fight.
Of Vendetta.
Well, I mean, that's a huge late pick. Maybe able to push a little early. We're still down our tank, but maybe take some space. King Julian's in the back line looking for something. He's going to get recall forced. RCL Texas is actually forcing a lot of stuff right here, including Tracers, killing a Vendetta, getting a lot of value. The Punisher dies way early to Kirith, and so does the Winston! This is a free team fight for win on the side of AC Roos. Freakwatch Sigma just fell over.
Okay, good donation to AC Roos there. We'll be taking point control. They're going to be able to set up angles really hard. Should be pretty difficult for Freakwatch Sigma to break this back. Get back out on the point. Seeing strong angles.
Based on trends, I don't know if I expect it, but I'd love to see a very early hazard ult here. It's the first ult that's been built in the game.
That's a huge Winston rock.
Oh
Can we get the
my!
Press Q, brother.
You gotta press Q there.
we
He
go.
does it.
Dude, that's
Everyone's
fine.
locked down. That's a huge hazard ult.
Absolutely major. Get instantly 2 picks off of that. Festive is still forcing it. Gets the Kiriko. Hazard 1, but doesn't die. Toadsworth gets it.
Hazard block generates infinite value there.
I mean, it does 1,000,000 damage.
Cascading.
What's even the point?
We're gonna see.
Duck of
kinda
Doom
like,
did die really late.
let's see rushes matched here. See
Yeah,
which team can get
a lot of
more
people
value.
close. We have Pulse Bomb coming in, you know. Duck of Doom dies.
Doom dies early. That's really bad. That's the ult that you needed to win this fight.
Oh, Crispy won before he can get Primal.
Or even in a
Still takes the
3v3. Acer is up
There goes
there.
Slim
Punisher
Jim.
finds another.
Tanking a Reaper. There goes Recall and
The
Suzu.
Reaper's Wraith is forced.
Oh, the Reaper's dead.
Doom finds
The
one.
Kiriko's very low.
And your hazard
Punisher
is
and
that.
King Julian together just put on a masterclass there, staying alive together and holding space.
Honestly, the fact that the fight was that close and went on for that long is kind of crazy, considering Dr. Doom died pre-fight pretty much.
True. I mean, like, it seemed to me like Toadsworth and Kirith were just a little off tempo on if they wanted to leave, go out. They gotta sync up there. So if we come into this, a lot of ults on both sides, almost 5 on the side of AC Roos. 3 on the side of there. Here goes Festive early. Will it kill anything? It gets Stuck of Doom
It
again.
gets Stuck of Doom again.
Oh, Kirith!
Oh no!
Kirith's stocks have never been so low.
So that's really unfortunate. We have Dr. Doom die early, we still commit to
And
ults to that.
RCL Texas both dropped their ults there. And it finds nothing.
You know, it is unfortunate that happened, but we're in a last fight territory with 3 ultimates on. The set of Freakwatch Sigma is about, I'd say 3. Pulse Bomb builds pretty quick. So we're at even stakes here. Beat and Primal are very good living ults. And Duck of Doom
King
dead.
Julian finds
Oh
Doom
my God.
in spawn.
Duck of Doom, what? I need you. We need you, brother. Look at it just live. Festive dies early.
Finds
The Winston's low. No Suzu. We have a free hazard ult.
Vexen
Gonna
Dino
get to the
off.
point. Just getting the touch. Here comes the Primal. Coming at it. There comes
that's
that.
big.
Gets the Winston. Pulse Bomb misses. Slim Jim dies. Vexing Data falls right after. Gets spooked off by the Korean. Here comes the Kiriko ult. Suzus, we're doing our best to live. Oh, Death of Doom dies. My Hazard's trying his best. Will he get even a single pick? It's not possible. So Lucio gets the touch. Gets
Lucio
Punisher.
kills Punisher. Kirith's in. The Winston's won.
Julian kills
Not
2
enough.
more. Dang.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gushue has hit the lobby in a comp that is so hard for Winston to play into. We saw Choco Crispy getting consistent value fight after fight after fight. It also seems Freakwatch Sigma did a really good job at kind of finding Dr. Doom's weak points and punishing that fight after fight after fight, giving them just huge advantages over and over again. It looked really good, Freakwatch Sigma. They kind of like identified win conditions, they found their win conditions, they ended up taking the map 2-0. So we'll see where we go next. Interested to see what AC Roos picks.
It was shown for just a second at the end, but Duck of Doom did lead the lobby in deaths. So I mean, one must ask the question: Is Freakwatch Sigma really that good at dive, or do we need to play our life a little better? I'm not sure exactly. You know what needs to be the exact fix here. You know, but you know we come into a maybe a quick halftime bio break, and maybe that's a perfect time to take a timeout, take a breath, and reevaluate for just a second. My favorite thing here is really seems to me like it's truly just been a battle of the hit scans. We saw Duck of Doom fall very early to Festive often there, but King Julian that map was cleaning up almost every fight that he needed to. And Kirith was on more of a untraditional hit scan on the Reaper, although we got a lot of picks on Choco Crispy. So I'm excited to see them keep battling back and forth, blow after blow, and heck, maybe we have a banger in our hands.
Well,
One more player I want to shout out there on Freakwatch Sigma is the Punisher on Kiriko, finding a lot of picks in those fights. Not always opening picks, not always doing everything on the team, but in those fights, finding a pick almost every time, which is more than you can say for Duck of Doom, that map.
Overall, we have a really close match. It's 1-1, but it looks like we're going to be going into a 5-minute bio break. So we'll see you guys after this halftime. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're coming back into map 3 of AC Roos versus Freakwatch Sigma. 1-1 on the scoreline. Overall, feeling like a really good, close game. Looks like we'll be getting into map pick or hero ban for AC Roos. See what they'd be going for. And what do you think the win condition is for AC Roos now? My caster hates me. We're gonna go for map pick. Overall, they're going Blizzard World. So this is a map that has longer angles again. It's gonna allow Kirith to kind of play Ashe once again, just like we saw in the first map. Kind of abuse the longer sight lines, get longer or more value. We'll see if Freakwatch Sigma could end up playing the Winston, try to get longer engages onto it. Something we didn't see on Havana. So it'll be kind of like an interesting matchup between both teams and kind of like the comps let them win their own maps. Both of them very playable on a map like this, so we'll see what ends up happening.
But it's 1-1. A real close series so far. I think it's time we gotta ask the question. Ant, who's taking the whole thing home?
Who's taking the whole thing home? Now,
Roos or Freakwatch Sigma? And in how many games?
now to be honest, it could go the distance. But if you ask me, I'm giving it to AC Roos in 2 more maps. I think, in general, we've had better coordination. And we're probably not going to see another map that's as good for the dive as Ilios was there for Freakwatch Sigma.
So you're giving me AC Roos?
I'm giving you AC Roos.
And how many games?
In 4 maps. I think 3-1.
Do you agree?
Well, I hate Ant.
Whoa.
So I can't agree. I'm gonna go for Freakwatch Sigma. I think they can win it. I think they might drop a map. I think they can get some good bans out of the way and kind of, or AC Roos can. Well, they can drop like another map, like 2 maps total, right? So I could see like good bans just messing with Freakwatch. But overall, I think they kind of found their win condition, right? They found Duck of Doom. And they know how to abuse that now, and they have their answer on how to win, how to walk away with the victory.
No, I'm liking where your head's at. And I think there's a big argument for both sides, you know. But to be honest, I got to go on the side of AC Roos. And there's only one reason I say that. And that reason, is going to be the hit skin players. All right?
You're
I
right.
think Kirith brings the game home starting right now. The Ashe ban is gone. Kirith gets to go free.
Earth might go crazy. We'll see how it plays out.
So, I mean, I don't care if it's King Julian, a hooligan, or something that rhymes with N. AC Roos in 5.
AC Roos in 5. Well, we're in Blizzard World now. We'll see where this goes.
Welcome to Blizzard World.
Kind of touched on it earlier, but this map leads strongly towards both of the teams and how they won their win conditions on their respective maps. Very strong and long angles for your hits game presence, but also really good high grounds to be able to pressure dives onto. So we'll see which team is able to find victory on this one.
And Keegs, you bring up that great point about dives. It's a very diveable map. In this break, if you're the coach of the AC Roos coming off of a map loss, what do you say in a Duck of Doom in response to the amount of deaths?
Well, I'm saying play Mercy. No, I'm fucking around.
And you want to change your call at all after seeing what they're walking out on?
Duck of Doom, I need you to lock in.
And they're dancing. They're dancing. Check is having a great time.
I better see the best Mercy gameplay of all time, and you better turn me into a believer right now. Or Kirith, they call me in on Discord. Let's let's get you out of here.
I think Kirith might take the Mercy Pocket and turn you into a believer, because this guy's about to put up numbers.
If there's a player to give it to, it's Kirith.
What the fuck am I watching?
We are watching a flying Widowmaker.
Yes!
That Widowmaker is never going to be able to hit anything.
A second Widow has hit the lobby.
Oh, here we go.
With my Vendetta. It's 1 health exact, it's dead.
Alright.
Angelina has done
we've had
maybe
our-
0 damage.
We've had our fun, and we're on the Sojourn now. So we do have Cat.
And what are your thoughts about the cat?
I think it can do some shenanigans. I don't think that there is a single team, even in the pro leagues, that has the sauce necessary to make it genuinely work right now.
Holy Vendetta shuts down the Winston jump.
We do swap off the cat, and now we just are on what should be the better support line.
Vendetta is dead early. We're so Duck of Doom.
So is Duck of Doom.
Miracle we live past 1 fight.
Alright. Well, they found their win condition. Vendetta's went a little bit too far up. They found their engage under Duck of Doom, and we're going to see Freakwatch Sigma taking the first point now.
Yeah, I mean, we're playing Domina. We're playing Ash Mercy. The best thing we can do is just live. So, I mean, an early death like that from Vexing Dino it's going to be costly.
It's part of the reason I was talking about not wanting to be on the Vendetta in this Domina comp. It's such an aggressive DPS pick, and it's easier on the defense here, right? You can hold space with it, you can use it to counter dive more. But if we're inting with it, if we're looking for those deep backline dives, we just have no one that's going to go with us.
For sure, it's a big conflicting comp. You know, they're not sure what they want to do. I'll say a lot of picks come out. We get a res on Kirith, but RCL takes his falls right over. Kirith gets a pick on Slim Jim, followed by a festive pick from Toadsworth. Kirith falls, and Choco Crispy gets Duck and Doom. It's only the Domino and the Vendetta left, but it's also just versus a Winston. I would consider that a fight win, but you know we're gonna get some progress on the point, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, King Julian tired of us gassing up Kirith, killing Kirith twice there in that fight.
Yeah, with railhead shots. This guy is the best Sojourn in the tier. There's not really too much
Three
question
falls
about
low.
it.
That's Suzy Force early as the Winston jumps in.
An early bob. That
And
Winston is
multiple-
completely split by that bob. If that Winston lives, it's a miracle.
Festive dies though. Punisher 1. And Duck of Doom's dead. On the Moira now, by the way. We are playing. We maybe lost a little bit. Looking
We're
for
in.
just a pick.
This is a 3v3 after my Winston dies. I think my Winston just forgot to press Q.
Our steel Texas falls very low. There's no cooldowns, but we live. It's okay.
King Julian with just really strong angles. Finding some like insane rails. We're gonna see Ray come out here.
Choco Crispy goes down again without using the primal.
Does trade out Kira. We're in a 2v2 situation. Kills the Punisher. Goes where to get to the pick that matters. Festive against RCF Texas. We're out of 2v2.
Oh, we're missing a few rails in the OC. And we're gonna fall in there.
Okay. Festive comes in. Falls to half. Falls to 1 exact. Gets the kill.
Toadsworth clutches it up.
Toadsworth on the Domina. Kind of an insane player. It's been so many fights throughout the series in Domina where we just like
Just say Toadsworth is dominating right now, but I'd let that character dominate me too. Can I get an amen?
Alright,
Amen, brother.
Field's coming up on board. Once he's gonna engage.
And it'll falls to
Love
1.
that primal
Just it
available.
lives, but just barely. We have coalescence available to us.
There's that primal coming out. Gonna find RCL Texas right away.
You can go up
Find
again.
Kirith.
He's Korean.
Taco Crispy is able to do so much.
See what happens when we press primal before we die instead of waiting till after.
Kind of a good strat, huh?
So we do get pretty fast respawns. Vexing Dino does have the ult available here. It's actually going to be Vendetta ult versus Vendetta ult. Both of them come at the same time. It's a duel. Oh! Just beaming the Winston. Doing what we do best on the side of AC Roos and shoot the tank. It's a great shield. And he dies.
Tank explodes.
Deal one. You like to get the pick?
Oh,
Doesn't seem
you
like
really,
we get it
you
just
really
barely.
want to find that, but good on Punisher living there.
Find the shard.
Early aggressive shield from Toadsworth. That's going to be 10 seconds to be done on the cooldown.
My Domina's sitting on low ground. I'd like to see us take a fast fight on high right now.
We do have a couple ults coming up on the side of AC Roos. Falling slightly behind the side of Freakwatch Sigma. But we're not too much behind. Here comes the engages, both blowing out. Bob comes out, he's sitting on high ground. Festive dies to Vexing Dino. Vendetta Canyon! The Winston sitting on point. It's one. It's dead!
Dead. We need to leave now if we want one more touch.
AC Roos only having to use one ultimate that fight. Festive swap from Vendetta to Reaper.
A couple of really strong ults on the board here for AC Roos as well. We're coming into the fight with a Domino ult and a rush.
Matched by a Sojourner.
Does have 3 ults here. Freakwatch also with the clutch factor. Strong angle for King Julian.
And it's a huge Domino ult into the that just doesn't matter. There's a pretty big Domino ult into the Ray, but we have enough damage outside of that to push on through.
When the end of season rewards come up, Mighty Owl, if you're listening, I better see Clutch Player of the Year, and King Julian's getting all the votes.
I'm taking notes.
King Julian dies. I take it back. Well, it's actually it's not Clutch anymore. It's not Clutch Bat mode anymore. Off of the Domino under Ramatra, looking to just play a little more frontline heavy. Shoot the Winston maybe a little more. And Kieran gets the kill. I mean,
From below the payload.
60 seconds for something more.
2 ults on both sides coming up here. A Vendetta ult and a Moira Coalescence versus a Winston and a Curio. Also, the Vendetta ult was falling a little bit behind, but if we can force it a little fast, then maybe it's not too bad.
We do have a Korean Winston in the lobby, though. Looking to make a play right away.
Looking to run away. He's playing aggro. He's playing aggro. Can we get a kill on Kieran before the ultimate even comes out? We can. We primal. I mean, that's huge. We're primal in the back line. Toadsworth is cut off completely from the fact that we had to kite so hard, and we get another kill. Choco Crispy just continuing to ravage. We're looking to get another pick on this Curie. Late pick. We're not going to get it. The other team's going to have a touch.
You opt out of using any ult.
A lot of
right?
ultimates here. I mean,
Oh
my
my
God.
Kieran.
Yuck.
That was disgusting. We have Bob. We're probably going to look to Bob this fight. Look to Bob at the point with 2 other ults coming up. And they're down there, Juno. Bob comes to the point. Met by a Coalescence. Met by a Vendetta.
Explodes.
That's
And
right.
it's just too much. Kieran is just an absolute monster on the Ash.
Kieran is gross.
Score 0
Disgusting.
to 2. Switching
Yeah.
sides. Initiating match.
I mean, with picks like that early, Kirith found the Punisher early, essentially 2 fights in a row. Which is insane. I definitely think it's becoming an argument of like, which flexible are we gonna see fall earlier? You know, Duck of Doom,
Yeah.
the Punisher. You know, the same is, you know, arguable for RCL Texas and other,
Ready for battle.
you know, Sir Slim Jim 07. So I mean, like, both teams are their DPS tank core are going blow for blow. We're seeing Choco Crispy, you know, with a primal, getting that Korean on in the back line. And in the same sense, Toadsworth is just holding space and getting kills, while the DPS on both sides just keep blasting at each other. Can my supports live long enough is what both teams need to be asking themselves, and need to be finding out the way to help them. Because early deaths are going to lose us fights almost every time. I will say, in the same breath, Festive is leading the lobby in deaths. So maybe a little less, aggressive inting is going to do us some good as well.
Defend objective A.
Yeah.
Yeah, off the Vendetta for that very reason, I think.
Alright, on to the Reaper. A very similar idea, wanting to get in, deal some big damage. Force a killer too. The Punisher is going to fall low early, but so is Duck of Doom. Here comes the Ram slows. Ram 4 coming up from Toadsworth. That's a real early one. It's going to halt our push for a second, but maybe something can be pulled out of it. Reaper here close. No Wraith form. Really close to the team. Has to TP out. The entire team just stacked on the high ground. And as Freakwatch Sigma is going to sit here, we're going to start seeing a lot of poke coming from King Julian as Festive's going to try and find a way in. Going to get forced out a little early as Vexing Dino comes in. Doesn't look like any picks are going to happen yet. We're just brawling on the point. We're just sitting in. King Julian's going to fall to Kieran! Oh, man. The people needed him. And Chosen Crispy's dead, though. Jeez, that's one pick that falls another and just shows how important it is to not be the first one.
And
Once
it's
one
such
domino
a
falls, it's just what are you gonna do?
it's such a late Ram form from Choco Crispy, and I was ready to praise it because he held it through almost all of Toadsworth's form and was going to be ready to swing back. But if you never use it and the team gets enough space that they can find a pick, then you're never going to get value out of it.
For sure. And giving Kira the space to let him get an opening kill like that, like he just did to King Julian, that's gonna be the thing that loses games. And in
Another one onto the Kiri.
He gets another pick, gets forced out by King Julian, but he's not gonna get the kill. Looks like we're just gonna rock it down, man, but Toadsworth dies! Jeez, Vexigano is gonna fall suit. But they get the kill on Choco Crispy. It's a 3v3.
Both things dead, so either team can really win this fight at this point.
Reaper gets wraithed out.
Looks like AC Roos has more space right now, and Kirith, with Kirith having this much space, it's just an open shooting field at this point.
King Julian's doing his
Dynamite.
best to hold him off, but one man is not enough.
Vexing Dino
You need
falling
an
low.
army.
Well, I mean,
That's it, force to Wraith.
you at least need a Juno. Bob on the backline, hits the tank. Choco Crispy is falling low. 4 mans, but we have the ultimate response. The Curio comes out, the Coalescence comes out. Well, every support of the game, Reaper dies.
Every ult in the game.
We're falling. We're going blow for blow. Vexing down falls, and Choco Crispy also gets stuck in doom.
A late ult
Oh,
from
King Julian
Toadsworth.
exactly what helped dies to Toadsworth, but King Julian gets his pick out. Choco Crispy gets another kill, and Toadsworth falls too. That was
That was a 9 ultimate fight.
9 ultimate. And we lose the fight, but the shining light at the end of the tunnel on the side of AC Roos is we did get to keep my Ventral. And every little bit of motivation, every little bit of advantage matters. We've seen opening picks get turned into fight wins, but we've also seen them get reversed and swung back. So let's see how Vexing Dino uses his ult here. Prepare to look for the engage. There comes the Ram slow. Choco Crispy already falls to half health.
Doug is very engaged.
There's the form. Looks like we're in the back line. Pushing him further in.
Kirith on an off angle finds one.
Kirith finds Festive early.
Kirith on an off angle
For the
finds.
songs again. Toadsworth gets the Punisher. We might have even need to use it. Going straight into the Ramatra. He's one. Gets his form off though. That's going to save him a lot of time. The Kiri goes right next to him. Falls to Duck of Doom. And Toadsworth falls. We get to win that fight without using our Ventral alone.
What's the point in using an ultimate when you have Kirith on your team? That guy's so broken, he's like an ultimate all by himself.
Here comes Festive. He's coming in. Dies early, but just gets to stall a little bit. The Juno touches as well. We missed the drill. Kiri TP's in. Juno falls. And the cap goes to the side of AC Roos.
We really just walk in there and help them even up the rest of the ult fight. We've matched the Ramatra ult now. Kirith is ahead of King Julian. Both my supports are ahead, or well, my Moira's ahead.
We're getting to the point where we're holding Ventral ult a little bit too long. We do want to start getting value before ults come back online.
Yeah, I mean, anything past this ult would past this fight would be way too long. We definitely want to engage it. Looks like we're drilling it. Gonna use it. Ram's forming. This is a perfect time to throw it. There's one. There's two. Reaper Wraiths. Keep laying into the Ramatra. He's being forced really hard. Didn't do a lot of damage, but applied a lot of pressure. The Ramatra returns Sizzle in advance. We shield it out, and we kite it really well. Dino is stuck in it. But we might keep him up with the Coalescence. Oh, he falls!
When that Ray comes out.
It is kind of worth though. You're getting Juno Ray forced out, which is such a broken ultimate.
Top 3 ultimate, someone said.
Just for Cole. You're trading Ray for Cole.
I mean, yeah, and Cole's gonna come back a lot sooner. We also use Ramatra form or ultimate, and Toadverse still has his own line. Met with a Kyriel and a Bob. Here comes the Kyriel. We're gonna see Bob follow suit, I imagine, but we're just gonna brawl down main. Here comes the Bob and the Ramatra. We're plowing. Into the Ramatra. He's very split from his teammate, and then he falls for a Sugar Crispy. Just cannot hold on with that much damage coming into him. I'll say the rest of the team kites amazingly. We might still have a great touch here if we get back fast. No ultimates. Here comes the OC.
We have to send our Reaper in for touch, and I don't think he's gonna make it.
He double slides in. He just can't win. Don't touch in time.
Well, as a great ultimate push you saw from AC Roos there, they really knew what their win con was, right? They called to save some ultimates, drain ultimates from Freakwatch Sigma, then just make a big push towards the end of the map, and it worked really well. So, gotta give that to them. They go up 2-1. They're on match point now. Freakwatch Sigma's gonna get like a map pick or a ban. We'll see what they go for. And yeah, Kirith on Ashe may be broken.
Might be the best hit scan outing we've seen in the whole tournament.
Definitely up there. There's some other big names solo that we haven't like gotten a chance to look at, but Kirith very, very strong. Maybe rank 1 this week. We'll see.
Tuning to Beat Drop Banner to find out.
Monday night at 10 EST.
Yeah, throw the links in Twitch chat for my Twitch viewers out there. Appreciate.
I don't have any links.
Dude, that's Capicola.
Okay. But yeah, we'll keep going into the series. I think you're looking at Freakwatch Sigma right now, right? And what do you really want to play for? The dive into Kirith wasn't enough, right? So you need to shut down Kirith's value. So you probably go for like you've already had the Ash ban, so we can't ban that up. So you're probably looking to take like a map pick onto a map with shorter angles. Right now, that leads you to something like Atlas or New Junk City for map pick. And I believe Freakwatch Sigma is a big Atlas fan. So I'm sure that's where we're going. But we'll see what they end up getting. We have Push and Flashpoint left. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. And if you're a Freakwatch Sigma, what do you want to do?
I mean, you said it yourself. Kirith is the problem right now. So we definitely need to find ways to overload him and make it as hard as possible for the rest of the team. So if anything, I think dive is the way to keep it going. We've found value in the dive. We've found that we can find picks early. We can get great kills. But really, the hard part is just holding on to it and making sure that we finish the fight strong, and are capable of keeping it going. Maybe we play the Vendetta again, we play the Reaper again, we play the Tracer again, and maybe instead of shifting all the focus on Duck of Doom, we send some things out at Kirith too. Forcing him out and making sure he gives the space to you is going to be a huge deal on this final map. Especially something. It's going to be a push map or it's going to be a flashpoint map. And those are maps where it can be real hard for a hit skin to get a lot of value, especially flashpoint, because it's going to be so tight and so brawl-centric. So, Freakwatch Sigma is just got to keep up the aggression and really tunnel in to Kirith and hope that we can just do enough and pressure him out enough that he's not going to get a fight, a pre-fight pick every fight, because really that's the big problem is we're just dying first every fight. Duck of Doom looks a lot better when the Punisher's dead. Yeah, Duck of Doom showed a lot off on the Moira. Maybe it's maybe it's the pick. I'm not sure. Say RCL Texas is flexing his Curie chops. Definitely something cool to see from a main sport player. Not every day you get to come off the Lucio and play something fun. But, when duty calls.
The Esperanza. Nighttime
Yeah, I
over
mean,
in Esperanza 2.
Freakwatch Sigma goes to Esperanza. Personally, I can't say I like the pick. I think that this is a really open map that a hit skin likes. A lot of really great angles for the hit skins to play, including some really great high grounds on those bridge. That's just something that I could see Kirith just coming in and playing for. And in the same breath, RCL Texas says that the AC Roos are banning Winston, which I think is a prime time ban. We know we want to protect Kirith. We know they're going to be looking at him. So get rid of the guy who's making the engage.
It's a great
So-
decision.
This map, it looks like really good for AC Roos right now. We have exactly what Kirith wants to play on, right? The long angles, safe high grounds, and we have the biggest advantage that Freakwatch Sigma has had has just been banned out. So this is going to be tough. We'll see if Choco Crispy can play any other kind of dive. A ball would still be really good. Diva's kind of like a meta pick right now that you could maybe make work. We saw Hazard earlier. We didn't see it from Freakwatch Sigma, but we saw it in the match. But Freakwatch Sigma's got to find something. Otherwise, I think it's going to be up to King Julian to just take the 6-scan duel and win it.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll see.
I definitely don't want to take all the focus away from King Julian. He's been having an amazing game himself. A lot of picks, a lot of opening picks, and some pretty good living. So definitely it might be time, to really lock in and say, you know what, screw this. Let me put the team on my back for a minute, and show them that there's another hit scan in town, and his name's King Julian.
So, something we haven't talked about much, but we looked into or saw a little bit last match. Jetpack Cat. So, Winston banned out, but what's scarier than a Winston dive in? I don't know.
With a tether.
Our Reinhardt dive, right? So that could maybe work. That could maybe work. What's an Ash going to do to a Reinhardt that's flying faster than the Ash can coach away, right?
It's true.
So we might need to see a situation like that. It's going to be difficult for AC Roos to adapt. We're going to see a Vendetta ban comes out.
That's definitely interesting to me too, because Vendetta was one of our leading divers in previous maps, especially on Ilios. The Vendetta was getting us really early picks, really aggressive picks. It seemed like a character that Festa was meshing well. So last map it looked a little bit harder, swapping a Reaper on the second round, but Reaper didn't really solve our problems either. And frankly, it looks to me like we've just pivoted ourselves to let Kirith have even more space and solo win the game. Which is, frightening on the side of Freakwatch Sigma.
Maybe we have a really quirky idea, and we're playing Symmetra.
TPing. I can't wait to get dynamited.
Maybe we are just putting a lot of faith in the King Julian Sojourn to pick up the slack without a vendetta in his face.
True. I mean, King Julian is going to have his own space a little bit more to play with. But as we load into the map here in just a second, give these teams a couple of moments, and we're going to see what comps we're really playing. Esperanza Nighttime, by the way. We've lived in night this entire series.
It is night all around the world. Don't know about real life, but at least in the Overwatch world, you can say Earth is flat. So it is nighttime everywhere.
And with a couple seconds left, let me ask you this. On both teams, it's a 2-1 situation. Win or go home. Last map for the side of Freakwatch Sigma. Who has the most amount of pressure on him? Who's sweating the most?
At this point, it's definitely Freakwatch Sigma sweating the most. The one map they took was the closest looking map of the series so far. And so far, Kirith has been able to do whatever he wants most of the time. And except for when we ban that Ashe, Kirith has done whatever he wants. Now, we have a little bit of a preview that they don't have. We can see that Kirith does not look to be walking out on the Ashe. Back on the Cassidy that he was on the map that they lost.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe it. You know, we're forcing ourselves off of the character that has given us so much value. You know, the past 2 maps, and we're looking to play Cassidy. To be honest, to me it looks like AC Roos is playing Brawl without a Brawl tank.
Yep.
And
on the other side, we have Freakwatch Sigma coming out on the Reaper Zarya, which is a comp we have not seen yet tonight.
I mean, yeah, but it's a lot more traditional. But you know, maybe Domino is that guy. You know, I'll say this team is going to struggle a little bit into a Cassidy. They don't have a lot of help with that, but we'll see. Gareth down main, getting some early pot shots into the Reaper, into the Zarya. Both teams kind of stand still. We're going to see Vexing down come in as the Reaper in the backline dies early to a flashing
without
Gareth. Gareth bringing the Jhin on the backline. Falls to half, has to back, goes with the falling low himself. We're going to keep pushing ahead as we are up in a 4v5.
It seems that Kirith actually had the soul read. They knew enemy team was going to go some kind of like Zarya Reaper comp, so we're playing Cass on purpose because it's going to make it a lot harder for Reaper to find these good engages, right? You need a Zarya bubble. Otherwise, you're going to get flashbanged and killed right away. And it's exactly what we saw happen at the start of last fight. My Reaper went on a bit too big of a flank, got flashbanged, and blew up immediately. So
good dice. Falls really early. No bubbles, and we're only at 300 health. So he gets lit for a little while. Still only at 1 bubble. The attention's going to him. The bubble comes out. Falls all the way up to back to full health. Second didn't fall to half. There's going to be poking a lot of poke. Toes with falls to half health. Here comes the Venture. Doesn't get anything. Continuing to just live. Stolen a lot of time here. We have a Coalescence. We have a Domino. King Julian gets Kirith early. You know, and that's actually a prime fight on the side of Freakwatch. That's exactly what we're looking to do. You know, the Vexing Dino without a lot of help is going to struggle, and if we can keep Kirith and his team at bay, at some point someone's got to fall. And at the same time, on the side of Freakwatch Sigma, we're looking at 5 ultimates. If we can tunnel these pretty good, this might be 2, that'll even mean 3 fights. We can just cycle our ultimate.
Vexing Dino off the Venture is swapping to Emery. We are playing double hit scan poke now with a rather brawly support line.
Arcel takes his falls, but so does Festive. We're even, but down our Kiriko. We're gonna start to walk out. We do have a Moira. It's not like we have no healing. Here comes the Graviton Surge. Seems like only the Zarya is getting the value from it, but he also gets Domino ulted, can't shoot it at all. Emery's blasting out with this pistol. Looking to throw grenades. Looking to get a pick. Toastworth kills the final kill.
Checkpoint for AC for Freakwatch Sigma. AC Roos gonna have to take this a little back now. So we are gonna have fast spawns. So AC Roos probably won't be getting too much value. We're gonna see Freakwatch Sigma just walking to take high right away, forces Kirith out. And it's gonna be a lot harder for AC Roos to push this point. We're gonna see Ray come out. And we're gonna see it engage.
King Julian dies, or King Julian kills Duckadoom, and Sir Slimden kills Kirith. Q rate gets the big time damage boost, 2 free picks. Vexing Dino gives me the trade on King Julian, but falls right after. And as Toes with falls, that's another fight to the side of Freakwatch Sigma.
The Zarya comp is working wonders right now. They're just positioning really well. We're gonna see Kirith swaps on Ron.
That's what's
Toastworth
crazy.
swaps to Reinhardt.
Yeah, I mean, we're off of hits.
Yeah, and I like this better. With the support line we're playing, we want to be brawlier anyway. We probably don't want to be playing double hit scan.
Which comes out from Arcel Texas. King Julian is gonna get a free
Dude dies first.
Find the pick on the tank. Now we just need to stay.
There goes the Emerald.
King Julian falls very low, but gets to live for just a second. The Emerald kills the Reaper. Get another pot shot. The Juno falls slow. We're playing it slow, playing our life, but we did win the fight, fortunately, and we're gonna walk out. On. Oh!
Finds the pick.
RCL Texas.
Let's get traded out.
Oh no!
Oh,
That's both the
RCL
supports.
Texas finds 2. Both supports are down. We're looking
No.
like we might turn this around.
Kirith did get the pick and die it, so he traded out. But Slim Jim misses the Suzu and gets himself killed with Kitsune Rush up. I would definitely be surprised if Ace Roos don't at least get checkpoint here. They're getting the touch. Here comes the
That's
Curiel.
suicide for my
Goal
Zarya.
lesson might come in response, but I'm not quite sure. The Zarya dies early. You might not need it. Here comes the Sojourn. And dies. Look at Doom falls in front of everybody, but it's okay. My Rhinos pinning in.
My Ryan can't
Oh.
be pinning in.
The Curie's 1 health. Let's go do some damage. Tell my honor on. We are continuing to push. The Juno did die to the honor on fire.
We really
We're
want
gonna
to
let them cap.
here.
The Reaper
Reaper
TP's
TP's
in.
on and stops it.
Kills our Shield
Gets the
Texas.
pig.
Vexing item falls to the
Oh.
same thing. I cannot believe what's going on in front of my eyes right now. This is the most scrappy, unadulterated Overwatch I've ever watched. Don't let your kids see this.
See, Juno Ray coming online for us, so it should be a pretty easy fight for them to just take.
Toadsworth, the Reaper walks at you. Shatter. Looking to just play it down main. Honoron's getting some early poking. Looking to set this fight ablaze. The grab comes out. We're all sitting it. Oh!
Oh,
Shattered
and it's
the-
everyone.
Shattered Azaria.
A bit of a late Ray there. I think we could have saved that for another fight win.
I mean, I definitely get us 3 ults to just 1, and it was Shatter. Not the most impact ult you've seen in your life. We have 2 ults, almost 3 coming out on the side of ACUs. Will this be enough? Will Freakwatch Sigma hold on? Reaper gets Wraith forced super early. There's a Zarya bubble as well. My Honor is going and getting active. There comes my cooldowns. 1, 2, 3. We're setting the Curie ablaze, but we die early.
The great Suzu from Slim Jim there. Saving Festive.
Get both teams trade out. Looking like it's a 2v3, almost a 3v3. We get the Judo, but we trade out Vexing Dino. The fight's happening at point. Reaper rates out. He's exactly 1 health.
It's
But he
2v2,
lives.
but it's just DPS on the side of Freakwatch Sigma. They're just going to kite out. Hopefully hold these high grounds so their team has some footing.
Both teams on their way back. Sirius gets to walk away. Ooh, RCL Texas falls very low. I can't believe we didn't try and get that kill. Vexing Dino has the ult. We're going to look to force this high ground. Maybe pop it. Here it comes. Vexing Dino presses Q. We're dealing some damage. We're plowing in. We can't quite get a kill.
Everyone
Falls
on
to
both teams.
Julian falls. Oh my goodness. Kirith and Vexing Dino combining it. 5 eliminations combined. That was a DPS masterclass. We saw the Sojourn OC come up too. King Julian just wasn't able to get the pick.
These DLC characters putting in numbers right now.
Just haven't unlocked them yet. ACL Roos, we're looking at just a couple fights left. We have 1:30 left, and we're going to look to get this lead. We come out with RL Slim Jim getting the early Kitsune Rush. We're going to try and pin out. Everyone's just going to try and live kiting as best as we can. Auto falls low. Great kiting.
We have a
We have a
cold
coalescence.
engage.
A Shatter too. We're going to have to do it fast. Don't let them build ultimates. Come on, Duck. Let me see it. It's a Shatter.
It's 3, it's 3.
Oh, it's so big.
Beautiful Earth Shatter.
You know, definitely an insurance coalescence there. Maybe we could have gone without it. I'm not sure, but made sure we get this kill. Made sure we get this lead. King Julian was able to live, living on the high ground. The Juno's gonna come in. Punisher falls to exactly 1 health. He dies. King Julian dies early too. That
There's just
man.
no reason to do that. You're never going to win.
That's not. That's game.
45 seconds left. Getting the respawns now. We have maybe 1 more fight on the side of the defense here. We have a Blossom. We have a Ray. We're close to a Graviton Surge. Here comes the Ray.
Ray comes down.
Playing into the Reinhardt.
The Rein is
That's
melted.
early. You know, here we need to not use ults here on the side of AC Roos. No, that's the way we play. It's the way we play. We play it smart. The other team has a Graviton Reaper close to Retrial. If we could cycle our ults, heck, there may just be a chance.
Is it
Outside of
possible?
Freakwatch Sigma. It's 1 ult, 2 ults to 3. Nate, close to 4. Do we troll or do we lock the freak in?
Freakwatch Sigma are locked inners.
I think we need to take a really fast fight here. Maybe try and not even, we know they have Graviton Surge, but if we take too long and give them the space, then it might all be lost. Letting the bot come to us.
How does your one
Freakwatch,
cure
they
it?
have to stay on ult, which gets them
Here,
split when
pops
the
the
fight
ult.
breaks down.
Kills King Julian as well.
Again.
There comes the Graviton Surge. The Blossom follows. He presses Q, but Q gets another pick. Still plowing into it. Doing the best we can. We're doing more damage. Toad falls, but Kieran gets two.
Kirith gets
That's
5.
not
Kirith
enough.
gets 5 that fight. Kirith gets 5 that fight. Kirith might be the greatest player to ever touch Overwatch.
Kirith is at the top of the MVP ladder.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
You know, that last fight to me was honestly a perfect example of what was essentially this entire match. An early death by a support when it mattered, and unfortunately it was just too much for his own team, and they lost because of it. And throughout the entire series, over and over again, both those teams were trading which person that was, and in the end, Freakwatch Sigma just couldn't hold on.
Okay, well, let's start talking about MVPs. I think I have my vote for both sides, but which players do you guys think are the best?
I mean, I definitely think this game was a battle of the DPS. I think the tanks were just as impactful, sometimes even more, but on the side of Freakwatch Sigma, there was one player who's consistently keeping them, in the fight, sometimes getting those early picks, sometimes getting those big ults. And to me, it's got to be both those DPS were pretty good. Now I'm thinking about it, but King Julian. What am I saying? We all knew it was him.
Julian really good. I do want to raise you one though. You talked about tank players. I was a big fan of Choco Crispy. I think Freakwatch Sigma was able to win one map, and I think it was off the back of excellent Winston gameplay. What are we thinking? And do you want to be our decider?
We do love honest Overwatch.
Ruth.
Looking at that Winston play, and I do think there was a map or two in there where King Julian went kind of silent all the way through. There was a map where Festive was doing the most on the Vendetta, but all throughout the series, I think you saw pretty solid gameplay from Choco Crispy, whatever character they were on.
Now that you guys definitely pointed out, I'm gonna have to agree. I mean, especially on the last couple of maps. Look at Ilios in particular. Going Korean with those primals and getting a lot of value, especially on the dive.
I think our MVPs then, Kirith and Choco Crispy, both excellent players. They played very well.
For sure. And, it was a pretty easy decision on that side, but let's shift over to the side of AC Roos. I mean, do I even have to ask, guys? I think we all know who the MVP was.
It's really not a question this
game.
game.
Kirith wasn't even close, to be honest.
It's Kirith.
We do have Kirith coming in for the post-game interview as well, but before then, I just want to point out how an amazing game it was. Constantly getting first picks, constantly building ults first, constantly living as long as he could and as long as he needed to make sure that his team was set up for the win. I mean, success there was, it was on everybody. Everybody had their moments, but when in doubt and push come to shove, Kirith was always there, and that's what the difference was in this game.
Yeah. All right. Hello, Kirith.
Hello.
So Kirith, I have a very quick and important first question for you. Are you aware that you're the greatest Overwatch player of all time?
No, I like to tell myself that, but it's not quite true. If I was, I would if I was, I would probably be making money somewhere else than what I'm doing currently.
All right. Well, how did it feel to get the big win?
Felt pretty good. I'll be honest, that was the first time in a while I've actually played on DPS in a competitive setting, especially hit scan. So I think that was a pretty good first game back.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I'm happy to hear that you're back, and I'm happy to hear that you're feeling it well. I mean, an MVP early, and very clear. To be honest, just a canyon, not just in the hit scan area, but as a whole as a player. And you had an amazing game out there. Um, you say this is your first game back. What do you take from this game? Maybe we scrim next week. What are we taking from it? What can we improve on, and what do we need to keep doing to let the ball maybe gain some speed here?
I think as a team, we definitely need to work on our kind of keeping our back line up and our back line alive because, especially on that Ilios game, I think what
Mm-hmm.
really cut us the most there was that our back line kept getting caught out, which kind of led to everything falling apart in the end. But other than that, I think we're doing pretty good. Just keep up the practice, keep up the momentum.
For sure.
That's our
I mean, you definitely point out well, and I'm not sure if you guys are listening to the casting at all, but that was the big concern we had, especially after Ilios, was just keeping the back line alive throughout all the dive. And it definitely improved over time. We made some swaps to stuff like Moira. Speaking of swaps, though, I do want to ask you about that last map. Throughout the entire series, you seemed so dominant on the Ashe, but in the last map, all of a sudden, we swapped to Cassidy and ended up going on Ron. What's the mindset there of not just keeping the Ashe throughout and playing something that's a little more dive and brawly?
The idea behind the cast was ostensibly that, the team we were facing likes to dive a lot. And with the Winston and the Vendetta gone, it frees up cast a lot because, at least for me, I kind of have trouble in the midst of the big kind of glomp team fights with Winston and Cass. Cass is hitting you all over the place and you can't really track her because, by the time she has her second perk up, she's moving around like the
Oh, the
Flash.
Vendetta? Yeah.
Yeah, Vendetta. And then Winston has the bubble, which Cass can't really break too well, especially if you want to take the silver bullet perk.
Mhm.
So with those two gone, I was thinking that, hey, I'll have, some sturdier stuff to help deal with the backline threats because their tracer player is really good. So, and I think that's also a lot of what helped them on Ilios is that their tracer really hard carried them in those two maps. As for the on run, I just think she's really good. Like especially if you're not prepared for just her rolling in and deciding your entire team's on fire and killing them out of nowhere, then there's not really a lot you can do to stop her, which I don't think they were at the end there, which allowed me to kind of just roll in, pick up some kills, and then get out.
For sure. Based off that answer, would you consider yourself a Cassidy player over an Ashe player?
Usually I am actually. Um,
Would never have
like,
guessed it off of this one, to be honest.
oh, yeah, no.
You're great out there.
Yeah, I play a lot more cast because it's a lot more stable, and usually when I'm playing comp, my aim can be a little shaky on Ashe, and Cassidy kind of remedies that. But when I have the chance, I can pull out the Ashe.
Sure.
And frankly, I'm more of a flex DPS player anyways. So,
All right.
but it's something I can do.
Yeah, for sure.
So-
Any other questions?
Yeah, going into this match, or just at any point in the match at all, did you guys do any kind of like planning based around the enemy team and like having ideas of like specific players to target, or were you guys just kind of trying to play for your own win conditions? What was the thought process?
I personally did a little looking at the team to see kind of what they'd be playing, and they played about what I expected from like the kind of little spreadsheet you guys have of all the teams and stuff, and all the uh, picks for ranks and whatnot. So I was I at least was preparing for that, but I think on the whole as a team, we were just mostly playing to our strengths because our tank is really good at Domina. So we wanted to force that as much as possible. We knew we were, and especially after first map, we knew we were going to be first and second map. Sorry, we knew we were going to kind of have the advantage on the poke and brawl comps. So we just kind of leaned into that as much as we could, and we made our bans so that those comps could be played a little bit easier.
Yeah, I mean, on the topic of scouting, there's this really cool show that you might have heard of. That they watch like all the VODs. Have you seen that before?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, I remember like I
Yeah.
think it was week 1. I played tank and I got like second place. That was pretty good.
Yeah. And what is it? What's that thing called again, Keegs?
I don't know. I've never really heard of it. I think it's Beat
Hmm.
Drop Banter or
Oh
something
yeah,
like
Beat
that.
Drop Banner. Yeah, yeah, definitely something to look out for.
Monday night at 10 p.m. EST.
Yes, sir.
All right. And just one last question for Kirith here. We, the casters and the producers, can only see so much of what's going on in game. Do you have anyone you want to shout out on the team for maybe bringing comms or plans or just good vibes that we might not have seen out there during the match?
My team specifically, I want to give a huge shout out to our tank and my DPS partner. I think they really they gave me a lot of space and they gave me a lot of stuff to work with, so that made my job a lot easier. And I guess I might as well compliment the whole team because especially at the end there it was really really good to have the swaps with the swaps we made. The support line really kept us sturdy at the back end.
All
I have
right.
one more question, just for a little bit of banter. So is RCL Texas like the biggest enter ever on support, or is he just as good on support as he is on hit scan? What do you think?
Oh well.
Yeah. It's a free platform. You can say whatever you want,
There's
really.
yeah, I RCL, I love you, buddy, but there's a reason we stuck you on the Curie.
Yeah, stick to the Freya, buddy.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
he's good.
Yeah, all banter aside, thank you for coming in for the interview, and it was a great match, fun to watch, and we're excited to see you guys come play next week.
Yep, thank you
Sure.
for having me.
Stick to Ash.
Wait,
Yeah, Ash was awesome.
but before you go, I do have a quick question. So, the casters did notice, like Duck of Doom was getting picked off pretty early, and then ended up finding their swap to Moira. Who on the team made that decision, or was it just Duck of Doom? Because it seemed to be a good game changer.
It was kind of more of a team decision to change up our comp a little bit because we had we were having trouble keeping alive in like the second half, and it's just like, well, we'll switch off to these two supports that are relatively good at keeping themselves alive. So that was basically that.
Nice, great.
Good decision.
Ah,
All right. Well, GG's.
GG's.
Yep.
I'm gonna send you back. Okay.
All right. Well, it's awesome having Kirith here. I think that's about gonna wrap up our show now. So thank you to everyone that came out. Thank you to everyone that watches the VOD back later. Hopefully we'll get to cast more games as the week continues and into future weeks. And we'll see you all next time.
GG's. Have a great night.
GG's. Thanks for watching.